Yo, what up? How's it going, Gage?
Good to see you.
I'm realizing I'm in the first position, but
I ran with it. I was like, let's go, let's go,
what's
Jacob.
going on? Neon Pocket Dimension, you here? You here, baby? You're here to talk about movies 2024. It's gonna be crazy. It's of course me, Jacob, aka OM Jesus, with my good friend and pal Gage, aka Luke Shot First.
Missed you, buddy. We haven't been on camera in a minute.
I know it's been a long ass time. Unfortunately, we other people could have been here with us tonight.
Could have.
They aren't here, and that's okay because we got to keep it rolling. And 2024 is over, and that's all good. But we're gonna have fun talking about movies, just the two of us, buddy, and it'll be totally fine.
Yeah,
So
it'd be good to catch up. I'm into it, and we're very excited to be back here in 2025. We've been kind of ruminating in the background, hibernating a bit, kind of going through for some cool and fun changes we're going throughout the year. But this is just going to be a normal style episode of Neon Pocket Dimensions. So
yep,
no big shifts up just yet, other than the fact that it's just you and me, sexy boys,
that's
sexy
it
boys.
all day.
You know what else I've been thinking about a lot lately? Thinking about this here trophy.
Okay,
just,
yeah, because you
just,
won.
just because the Neon Pocket Dimension Fantasy Critic Lead champion right here, and I
Nice.
just haven't really gotten to show it off yet, and so I'm just very excited about having it. Even though technically it's been on my desk all year, and I actually really wanted to send it out to one of the other people in our league, but
hmm
it just was destined to be with me. So
Yeah,
there we go.
that's it's
Uh,
yours, I guess.
it's
I
fine, I
figure
guess.
I figure for like next year we could like make one that can be passed around to the winners every year.
Like the
Um
Shiba.
yeah, like one of those cuz apparently that's just something everyone does for fantasy leagues in general.
Yep.
So we'll come up with one of those, and then we were even talking about if people wanted to put money in for like a really interesting prize at the end every year. So we'll see. That's actually coming up Sunday. We're gonna do our draft. Gage, congratulations for winning last year's 2024 Fantasy Critic. From now on, the Fantasy Critic stuff will be on our Neon Gaming Dimension channel. So go to youtube.com/ad symbol Neon Gaming Dimension to find out all that, where all that content is and what it is, and it's all video game stuff. And you know what I mean? I'm really stoked. Our Fantasy Critic draft will be with 14 total people, so it's
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
completely
mayhem.
insane.
But
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
So definitely join us noon Pacific on Sunday the 19th. It's
Heck of
gonna
the
be
iron.
it's gonna be wild. Lots of guests, lots of fun. But hey, you're here with Neon Pocket Dimension. We're doing our regular old podcast today, and we're gonna talk about old. It's TV and Film Awards of 2024. That's the title we have on our run of show here.
There it
So
is.
that's
Nailed
what
it.
we're basically doing. We're gonna give out weird awards on all the just things that we felt like needed an award, a special type of award. That's what we're doing today. Uh, Excuse me. Also, by the way, if you are watching this later and you want to watch us record, we're typically going to be recording something on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. So make it there. That's what's happening right now. It is 7:25, but we are recording. You know what I mean? So I'm still
Agreed.
right.
You're
I'm
so
still
right.
correct. And then hey, if you have any ideas for nerdy shit for us to talk about, hit us up. neonpocketdimension@gmail.com with your questions, concerns. Do you want a sticker? Email us. We'll send you a
That's true.
sticker.
We'll send you stickers.
We'll send
No
you a
doubt about
sticker.
it.
Yeah, we have these old stickers. We're gonna be working on some new stickers this year. So we'd love to send you one. So email us neonpocketdimension@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Um,
new swag in general. Would look for new swag this year. It's
yeah,
happening.
we're getting swaggier with age. Every year, swaggier. I think that is a boomer term now. By the way,
Hmm,
I don't
I
think
can
Gen
see
Z
that.
is saying that. They're saying like you're cunty. That's what they're saying.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm not
That's how you
joking.
get it.
That's real.
I know. That's
Gen Z
real.
is saying cunty, just so everyone knows. I
Cool.
think it's a positive thing.
They stole Riz from me. Riz was a thing that meant something very different than it does now.
They stole
Yes,
it from you. Okay.
they stole it from me specifically.
Okay.
We used to say
Oh.
Riz all the time. What
Ah.
Riz used to mean you were it was the act of taking a Rizzle, and a Rizzle was a remixed bong rip, which was a bong rip with weed and tobacco in it, and they used to fuck you up
Oh.
real good.
No,
Um,
that's like a spliff or something.
no, no. Well, a spliff is in a joint. Is weed and tobacco in a joint, but in a bong specifically, it was called a Riz.
Oh. Ooh,
Um,
gross.
Gross,
You
heinous.
people are horrible up
Oh
there.
no, it's awful. But don't do it. I mean,
This is not
people
something. I don't know why they
people.
do that in England. Like in the UK, that's all they smoke is spliffs. It's really
I know.
weird.
Yeah.
It's really strange. It's
I
like
mean, I love a good spliff, but a Rizzle is too much. It's too much. It's
do you
super gnarly.
do you know about the Rizzler?
I do know about the Rizzler,
Okay.
so
Just
I don't know where that came in as far
curious.
as like if there was
Yeah.
an origin story or something.
You
But
gotta ask the Costco guys.
yeah,
They came up with Rizzler, so they could have been Rizzling, dude.
those guys seem like they're Rizzling, to be honest. So
They hit the Rizzle, and then they fucking bought the chocolate chunk cookie at the Costco.
Yeah, if I hit a Rizzle, and then I could definitely fuck up a chicken bake after that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or not. Maybe I just yak, but whatever.
Pizza.
Pizza. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, should we Wibe new?
Yeah, that stands for what you've been nerding out on. I don't think I have an extra overlay for this one, huh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and then
I doubt it.
the music part. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I have to do the music part. Hold on.
We're a little rusty.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Is this the right one? Song? Is that the right one? Yep, that's the right one. There you go. Good times. All I gotta do is find the file and then hit play, and then everyone should hear it. Okay, so just get ready for that. And one and two and
Time of the week for the nerds and the geeks. WYPNOO. What? You've been nerding out on. It's been a week, 7 days, and we got much to say. So take it away, no further delay.
Wibe New.
Wibe new.
That one said BRB, but I just switched it to Wibe New. There. Now it does it.
It said BRB.
It said BRB.
That is the singer bro, Mr.
Yeah,
Hawks.
Mr. Hawks ass is at the singer bro. That's correct. That's the singer bro doing the vocal and me making the beat. So there you go.
Yes.
Enjoy.
I can't really believe you made that happen. You reverse engineered a song out of just vocals. That was really intense.
Yeah. That's just how skilled I am, man. That's why I should be making music.
Agreed, 100%. I miss it too. I don't have any real reason to do it these days. So
my hair. I put product in my hair in the morning, and it's still a battle. You know what I mean? There.
My hair is relentless. No matter what kind of pomade I do in there, it does its thing by the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go first. Why not?
Sure.
It's been a little bit of a weird time. I've been moving house, so I didn't have like my regular couch console setup thing going on for a while there. But recently got it back set up, and the big game that I have been in is Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Ooh, nice.
When it came out, I just, for whatever reason, the year it came out, I just didn't jump on it. I've played Resident Evil 4 probably like 8 or 9 times in my life, like all the way through. I kind of know that game like the back of my hand. It used to be like I used to have it on GameCube and PS2, and then I had it again on 360 when they remastered it or something. So yeah, it's been a lot. And my friend and I used to, when we were like just kind of young and stuff, we used to play through once like all the new game pluses where you just have like rocket launchers and shit, and it makes the game really easy. Because once you beat the game, you like start with all your guns and yeah, you have like you have rocket launchers and sniper rifles and everything. So like the beginning of the game just becomes like ridiculous. But and so we used to like not speed run it, but just like kind of see how far each one of us could get, kind of thing.
Nice. That's always fun to do. Like pass a controller.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Anyways, I just wasn't drawn to immediately play the Resident Evil 4 remake, but for some reason I wanted to pick it up, or I think it was on sale recently, and so I went for it. But man, it's a great experience. It's such a good little like minor remixing. You know, they added in a few mechanics. You can walk and shoot now. Um, the way the store works is a little bit different. Like there's some resources which you didn't used to have to do, so now you can craft bullets and stuff, which is kind of cool. And they mix up with some of the jump scares and some of the way that the certain scenes play out, just to like kind of, you know, shake it up for people who have played it a million times like me, which is cool. So like you go into a moment, you're like, oh, this is about to happen. I'm so ready for it. Hey, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Whoa. A lot just happened right there.
Everything went crazy, dude.
We got a tear in the slip space of the Neon Pocket Dimension.
Goddamn, dude.
It happened.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
Sometimes, like, you know, the fabric of existence here in the Neon Pocket Dimension just slips for a second.
Yeah, no, I just forgot that I needed to hide that.
Yeah, all of the above.
And then it just went. I just clicked the wrong button. It's been a minute, okay? All right.
Hey,
Take a look at me. What am I?
Is that Shrek?
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, it could be like So I Married an Axe Murderer, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 Remake is the main thing I've been doing, and then Marvel Rivals in between. Season 1 of Marvel Rivals.
Oh
so
yeah, baby.
Messing around with a bit of that, and yeah, that game just continues to surprise, right? Like, I heard the dev talking about it today, or someone at Nexon or something. Is it Nexon? I think so.
Yeah.
Or NetEase? No, it's
NetEase,
Nexon.
actually, yeah.
Oh, there
Not
it is.
Nexon.
He was talking about how they're gonna put like a character out every 6 weeks. I'm like, you guys are fucking.
Yeah, they said every month and a half.
But
yep.
More power to them. They're doing it right. That game's really fun and seems like it's got legs. So, you know,
it's got big old legs.
It got big old muscular. Oh yeah, big old legs.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Squirrel Girl.
Yeah,
you've been playing more Rivals. Who you been?
This is actually my footage right here.
Love that. I like Squirrel Girl. She's fun.
You can even see my like stream elements. OM Jesus is live message there on the right. All right, here we go. Just watch me fucking ripping and tearing, dude, in the background. Marvel Rival is fucking sick. All right, first of all, it's
really fun.
It's, you know, it's that video game fervor thing. A game comes out, everyone's into it, everyone's playing it at the same time. That is like the best time. Okay, that is like when it comes to a multiplayer game, when everyone's playing the same game, it's a fucking great time because you can always find a homie to play with. So you know, really into it, having a lot of fun with it, getting MVPs, SPPs. I've been playing with Sen Nuggies and all of them, you know, Neo, Aoshi, Mjolnir, DC Rocker, probably forgetting some people. And then of course the people in our group, Average Joe, Arturo, you know what I mean? You know, I haven't really played with you yet though.
We played a little bit. That's not true.
We played like one time and then you were like, I'm over it.
I feel like we played a couple times together. But that first night was the night. Yeah. That was like the first night. And then, we've been
it's been
getting back into it. But I have played with a ton of people on our Discord as well. That's been fun. Everyone's pretty much been up there now that we're all friends. I just see when they're playing, so that's cool. And
at any time of the day, you know.
And a couple of my homies like Keen and Los have been jumping into it too, so that's been fun.
Nice.
And, well, hell yeah, that's pretty much all I've been nerding out on. The rest of it has been watching stuff, which I'm gonna kind of save for, you know, our topic. So
yeah, cool. For me, this wasn't this. I wrote this last week, but CES went to CES. We saw some cool stuff. I should have had some like pictures queued up to show you, but you know, it's fine. I'm gonna like do a video recapping it basically this weekend. So that should be fun. I'll just kind of do it at like how I did that Civilization 7 thing where I just had a slideshow and I was telling you what's going on. But I'm gonna like, instead of do it like that, I'm gonna just make a video and like dub over it, you know. So it should be fun. Just kind of talking about stuff, but saw some pretty sweet stuff. I went with Mochi Squeeze, and then we actually like tried a bunch of things out and checked a bunch
That's
of things
cool.
out. The see-through TVs were sick. LG was the biggest wow moment just going there. There was in the PlayStation area, the Sony area, there was only one, like the only video game stuff they had there was little booths for oh my god, what's that new Lego game with the Horizon, Lego Horizon.
Horizon. Yeah, yeah.
We played Lego Horizon for about 5 seconds, and then there was this like amphitheater type little area where they were like doing a 4D Last of Us experience. But they were
Oh, I
like
heard about this.
well, the wait's gonna be an hour and a half, and we were like, we're trying to see a bunch of stuff, man. So we didn't
Totally.
wait, But yeah, overall it was fun. We tried on some haptic vests. We did some VR stuff. Saw a lot of transparent screens, in the LG area. So that yeah, it was really fun. I think next year we want to go more days because all the like, you know, all the naughty stuff was at the Venetian. You know what I mean? And
I
so we
hear
had to
you.
check that out because we were just at the convention center. Oh, and we took the fucking uh what's it called? The Tesla loop, the Vegas
I
loop.
was gonna say the loop. Yes,
Yeah,
there
we
it
did
is.
the Vegas loop. It just goes from one of the casinos, Resorts World, to the convention center, and then you can go to eat any of the wings. But it's just like it's not what I expected. It was like fun to just drive into those tunnels or whatever or be driven, but it was like nothing was self-driving. That's how it was originally pitched.
That's what I always thought.
And it
So
was
that's
just kind of like getting into an Uber like system,
on
you
a
know?
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just weird. But it was like $5 a person, so it made it really cheap to get around because we just parked at that casino, so it was chill. So we'll do it again next year, and we'll go even bigger. Um, Marvel Rivals we talked about, Indiana Jones, that video game, and the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, very good video game. I recommend you play it.
I will.
Greg Miller is
Gotta run
always
through it.
shit talking it, but it's definitely in my top 5 of the year at this point.
Nice.
It's a very good video game. Just some people just don't get it, I guess. And then I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball, dude. You know what I mean?
Nice.
This isn't
Oh
gonna
yeah.
fit in the 2024 discussion, but I just have to
Exactly.
say, I watched all of Dragon Ball original, and I'm going through Dragon Ball Z with the homie Average Joe, which he's doing like the regular version, and I'm just watching the Kai version, which is like
Mm.
they cut out all the fat, that it's closer to the manga, and it's just on topic, and so you can get through it way quicker, in between like One Piece and stuff. Although I'm on at One Piece episode 809 right now.
Damn, you're getting through it, man. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So
That's
really
really
getting
cool.
there, dude. You know? um
Yeah, is it bad? I want to play Indiana Jones, but I still haven't played Wolfenstein 2, and I feel like I want to play
no,
that first.
it's
But it
100%
doesn't matter.
different. It's like
I
it
know.
is so different that like you shouldn't even be considered,
Yeah, no, I hear you. I guess I'm just like, well, there's another
Yeah.
machine game that I could play, and I kind of want to play Wolfenstein 2. But
No, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
by all means, play Wolfenstein 2. Like, I need to I beat the first one, and I was playing like that extra one in between that was like a
yeah,
prequel.
yeah. Me too.
I gotta get through that. But definitely Indiana Jones, totally different vibe. Totally plays really well on Xbox. Totally like a
Nice.
viable way to play it. Because it's just crashing on PC, which is annoying.
Oh, that's nice.
But damn is a great video game. If you just like solving puzzles and shit, and being
Totally.
Indiana Jones and just like sneaking around a little, it's just like a real fun time.
Yeah, maybe it'll be my thing after my Resi 4 thing. So yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Yep. You know it. But yeah, Dragon Ball baby. I'm super into it again. Just
Fuck
so you
yeah.
guys know, I'll go Super Saiyan. Okay.
All right, dude.
All right.
Anytime.
right.
I Dragon Ball is this Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and then that whole anime is like a real, not blind spot for me, but I just have a really weird relationship with it because when I was young, my parents, for whatever reason, of all the different shows that I watched, which had plenty of violence in it, they just thought that one was too violent and too over the top. So like I wasn't allowed to watch it as like a kid slash young adult type of thing.
Mhm.
And then by the time I like wanted to watch it, it had kind of like, I don't know, my friends had moved on from it a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't really have any like hype around it. And then I played all the way through. I think it was the original. What's it called? It was Dragon Ball Z, not Kakarot, but
What, like Budokai or
Budokai. There it
Xenoverse?
is, Budokai.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played through the first Budokai
Yeah.
with some friends, and so that's like really how I know the story of Dragon Ball Z. You
Yeah,
know what I
which
mean?
is like super abridged. Yeah.
Yeah, super abridged. So I don't know. One day, like maybe I'll go back and I'll give
You
it a
should.
shot. But I
Definitely
just
watch
like,
it.
yeah,
I would recommend, like, if you want to watch original Dragon Ball, it's fun. It's like problematic a lot at times.
sure. It's old school,
It's
right?
from the 80s, but it is a
Yeah.
classic anime, and it does give more context to everything in Dragon Ball Z. But you could just throw on Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's just on Hulu.
That's what I do.
It's so easy to watch. I've been watching it. You'll get through it super quick, and it's like they're mixing together like new footage and old footage, and it's a redub of everything, and it's just much cleaner, much more concise, and it's totally badass. So it like if you threw on Dragon Ball Z Kai and watched like the first episode, you'd be like, I fuck with this.
Fuck yeah, dude. Cool. Well, that's a good recommendation. I might do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Well, fuck yeah. All right. That seems to be what we've been nerding out on.
All right, let's make that thing go away. Swing.
Swing. And we're on to topic of the show, which is going to be our best of and film of TV of 2024. We're going to do this a little differently than some podcasts and shows might do, because we're doing our alternate awards. So these aren't going to be like the awards that you typically find in most award showings. They're a little more specific. I'll say that.
I mean, there are some like general ones at the end, but yeah.
I know we'll talk about our that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, let's kick it off with the first one, which is the best film or show featuring something unexpected coming out of a human being. There was a surprise. At first, I thought of this one for a specific movie, but then I realized there's like a good chunk of movies where something unexpected comes out of someone this year. There was a few to choose from. So I'm gonna give my runner-up, which is Night Bitch. If you haven't seen it, it's the actor from Arrival. I forget what her name is right now. Redheaded. But
I'm sorry, I'm typing something here.
Have you
Amy Adams?
Amy? Yes. Yeah, there it is.
Isn't that her name? Yeah,
I want to say
Amy
that's her name.
Adams.
Yes.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, this lady.
Yes. So it's kind of the story of her, like she was an artist and she becomes a mother, like stay-at-home mother, and it's kind of like a story of her, like just kind of going through a rough patch of like identity and like coping with being stuck at home and like kind of losing your individuality. And her husband's kind of just like aloof and like not paying very good attention and to her emotional state, and it's kind of just like, oh, you're just kind of hanging out at home all day. It seems like it should be pretty chill, even though it's like obviously a lot of work. And then she kind of, I don't want to say too much, but there's like,
don't spoil shit.
she has a bit of a transformation emotionally, and
there is some sort of transformation happening in this movie.
A little bit of that, yeah. I'll leave it there.
I kind of half watched some of it while Mochi was watching it. It seemed,
but anyways,
it seemed like that movie was not for me, but it seemed interesting.
It was interesting as like I should be in a new mom and stuff. There was some interesting aspects of it, but I think not necessarily for me either. But there's a moment in which there's like a dog tail. Yes, that's something along those lines coming out of someone. And that's
dog tailing.
Dog tailing. That's what the young Gen Z are saying. Oh yeah, there's a scene. Yeah, so it's a good film. I would recommend it if you're interested at all, or if you like Amy Adams and just weird kind of like just kind of strange movies. It was very strange tone. But the winner for me is The Substance. Have you seen The Substance?
Yeah, I had to just change my answer to The Substance as well, actually.
Oh, very nice. Hell yeah. Well, then it's a unanimous victory.
The Substance wins it for sure.
Okay, well, how about you give your runner-up and then we'll talk about The Substance.
So my my answer is VHS Beyond.
Hell yeah.
That's like
Another
what
great
I
one.
could think at the time when I was originally answering that there is a short. Okay, so VHS Beyond is an anthology horror film. There's a lot of VHS movies that are anthologies where like each tape is a different movie, whatever. Usually they kind of tie them together. I think they were doing like an interesting thing with that this time around. But one particular of the shorts fits the bill, and I won't say anything else because I don't want to spoil anything, but it may have to do with Alana Pierce. So if you know who that is, wait till her thing happens, and then you'll understand. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
that's my answer.
It just happens to be the one with her in it too, which is like the touchstone for that one. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
interesting kind of how what happens to her and how things go down, but it's yeah, it's just such a trippy fucking I don't know, that movie was fun. I think the VHS movies are fun. But it can definitely get wacky. But yeah, my
I'm kind of saving it for next spooky season, but I'm definitely gonna go through and watch all of them because this
yeah.
was my first. Actually, the Watching Beyond was the first one that I checked out. So I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah! If it's more of this kind of stuff, I'm all over it. Um,
Yeah, I mean that like not all of them are great, but all of the
sure.
ones that have like a year at the end are I think the original is a classic, but it's I don't think it's aged well. And the second one I think is like a pretty decent one too. I just don't think
Cool.
Viral's good. I don't know,
All
but you
right.
got to watch them all. You got to watch them all.
Deal.
But yeah, the
Uh,
winner is clearly The Substance. We just watched this movie the other day too, so I'm kind of glad that we pushed this episode back a week.
there you go.
Holy shit, this movie is so fucking
It's
cool.
so gnarly. Demi Moore is amazing. She plays kind of this aging, like fitness star. I mean, I guess maybe she's
Yeah.
an actress in general, but she's known for this one like fitness show, kind of similar to there was like a really famous like fitness person here in the 80s too. I
Well,
don't
like
remember what her name was.
these days, it's like on a streaming service, right? Like you have like the morning workout, weekday show.
Yeah.
That was kind of like her thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, it's kind of just about her aging and dealing with like being an
Mhm.
aging actress in Hollywood and the pressures of plastic surgery and the kind of self-image. But this is a really intense movie and really fun. I mean, by the end of it, I was kind of cracking up, but it was also gnarly, So
Like when people say this is a horror movie, when
yeah,
what I'll say is that it is a horror movie. Like they nail horror. By the end of the movie, you're like, "Yep, that's a horror movie."
that's a horror
You know what I
movie,
mean? So
100%.
expect that it delivered in ways that I couldn't fucking quantify other than it is a horror movie. Without spoiling anything. But yeah, definitely the award something unexpected coming out of something. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think David Cronenberg or something, something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely a body horror film, and it really fit the bill there. But yeah, like there's just like that meta story as well. Like you're saying, like just the fact that like it's just about the pressures of staying beautiful or whatever in Hollywood and aging and whatnot. And Demi Moore, I'm pretty sure she's probably pulling from her life experience,
a
to
little
like
bit, right? Yeah,
be
exactly.
this like character. It is just so effective and incredible. It's very satirical, which I love. It's like I forget someone said something about a movie being very camp. I think the substance has a little bit of a campiness to it, in a way that you won't expect, and I think that's what makes it like kind of surreal. And
I was gonna say it's a pretty
yeah.
surreal movie. Like, I
Mhm.
think The Substance is kind of a cool film in that they just do shit that is like obviously totally absurd, but they're like, fuck it,
Yeah.
it like serves the story.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's a billboard of herself directly
Yeah.
outside of her window, like like
Exactly.
that type of shit just doesn't happen, but it's perfect for the film.
Yeah, it just works as like when you watch a film, it's like everything is deliberate, you know what I mean? And it's just concise. It's just telling the story. It's not wasting your time. You know, like that's kind of the thing about like Roger Eggers or whatever his name is, Robert
Robert Eggers,
Eggers.
yeah, totally, yeah,
Where it's like people think that he's wasting your time with like some of these movies he's making. It's just like longer shots of stuff, you know. So like I think it's more refreshing to like watch a horror film that everyone seems to like and is kind of artsy, but like
yep,
nails it so good that you're like that's how it's done, bro. That's how you fucking do it right there.
agreed.
So that's
Yeah, hell yeah,
I
it was
love
one
that
of my
movie.
favorites of the years for sure.
100%. Yeah, I love this film. It's great.
All right. Well, the next award is not necessarily as glowing,
Uh,
and this is the "Why the fuck did they have to make this movie or show" award.
yeah.
Um, and I do have a runner up, so I'll go
Okay.
first, and then I'll let you do your winner. My runner up is Bob Marley, One Love. It's a biopic in the vein of Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody and that kind of thing, but it's just
Yeah.
so unnecessary. It's like it takes a very kind of strange snippet of Bob's life. It's definitely the one that I would think would be dramatized because there's like more kind of action in it in some way or another.
Mhm.
Um, but it's just I can't really tell who it's for or what it's trying to say. It just
Mm.
doesn't really seem like it has a point. There's documentaries about Bob Marley that I think are way more effective than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so it's weird. It just kind of takes this little snippet of his life, like when he like goes to London during this, like the kind of the height of the turmoil in Jamaica, um,
Mm.
and it just is like it's just kind of pointless. I just don't really know. Part of
So
it,
like why does
it's
this movie exist?
like part of it feels like it's preaching Rastafari, which is very strange. But like because
Yeah.
Rastafari has, I mean, I'm not going to disrespect any religions too much, but it has a lot of weird problems like misogyny and shit like that going on.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like front and center in a lot of ways in the way in the movie that I didn't think it would necessarily concentrate on, which is not like to say that's inauthentic. He was a hardcore Rastafarian. But yeah, it was just a weird movie and it just kind of didn't really have any emotional um like I don't know, it didn't really tell a story that you would really care about, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was a weird film.
Mm. Interesting.
Like and what I'm saying, I guess, is that there's a lot of Bob's life that is a really interesting story, and this just didn't really do it for me,
Yeah.
So
Looks like it's written by or no. Yeah, it's not even like based on a book or anything.
yeah, I
This
don't
is
think
just
so
the
either.
story they wanted to tell. Huh.
It's one of the producers on it is his son Ziggy, but I also
Mm.
thought Kingsley Benadir just like didn't really have it. Like he did a decent job given it was him, but he just
Yeah.
didn't really. I don't know. He didn't really do it for me. But
Dang.
Bob's a hard one to do because he's spoken really thick patois, especially when he was talking to white people because he didn't want them to be able to understand him.
Yeah.
and,
Nice.
and he was just whatever. But he was also just like kind of a punk to the media and stuff. So like all the like footage of him is pretty interesting because he's like so antagonistic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's like a lot in his life that's really cool, and I just felt like the movie was whack. So I don't really know why they made it. It's dumb. But what is your winner of
Dang.
this category?
I didn't even see it, but I just put Borderlands movie. You know, we could just talk about how this movie came out and that everybody hated it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
like
it seemed pretty
universally.
bad.
Yeah.
Seems pretty bad. I mean, I do want to check it out, but essentially like so they made this movie. No one was excited about it. Everyone hates Randy Pitchford. Borderlands
Right.
isn't popular anymore. They hired all these like A-list, like popular style actors, right, to
Really?
play these
I know.
characters. You know what I mean? But it's like Kate Blanchett. I mean, okay, look, I'm not trying to be ageist, but I mean, she's kind of old, right? It's kind of hard to base a movie around like an older lady playing a younger woman character. I don't think she's supposed to be that age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then the
yeah,
same thing
totally.
with Jamie Lee Curtis's character, which she's nice. Like she's like a scientist character. I'm like she's not like a fighter, but again, like I didn't know she was supposed to be like, you know, her age. I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. And then also like it just feels like they just casted people based on like a formula of just like, here's just people that like are in every movie that everyone will pay a ticket to see, and then versus like trying to actually cast the people who would fit the role. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's weird. It's
It's
like I
just,
could
I
almost
just don't
see,
get it.
like Jamie Lee Curtis, like recently she was in like Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that was like really cool and like a
Yeah.
weird and cool cameo. So you can see how like maybe they're like, oh, she did like quirky, weird cameos recently. Like let's have her in the, like that kind of thing. And then same
Yeah.
thing, Kevin Hart. They're like, who's just okay? It's either The Rock or Kevin Hart or whatever. It feels like the person who made the most recent Jumanji made this film also. You know what I'm saying?
It does
It's just
seem that
like
way. Yeah.
it's like an excuse to have like a random CGI heavy romp with just big main actors, like
Yeah.
and it just feels like they tried to do that formula and the Guardians of the Galaxy formula all over again.
Yeah, dude. Just
And I
like,
also think this was in development hell. Like I think it changed hands a few times and whatever.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. But like, let's read this guy's review. There's a lot of talent in this, but it's all in the service of a cacophonous crash and bang, not terribly interesting CGI'd hyper violent movie. See what I
There you
mean?
go.
A video game adaptation that completely misses the mark. I just feel like we're already past video game movies being bad. Like, the fact that this movie is bad is that whoever made it really didn't give that much of a fuck, or Randy Pitchford just ruined everything. You know what I mean? It's like
Probably
it's
that.
probably a mixture of all that stuff. But I mean, like, I like the games. I played Borderlands. You know what I mean? And they could have made like an interesting story, but like it just seemed like a piece of shit. So one day I'll watch it, and then if I like it, then I'll take this award back. But man, it just seems like a steaming pile of shit, not a screaming pile of shit. Although I think there's a lot of screaming in that movie.
There's probably a lot of
A lot of
screaming.
screaming.
A lot of Jack Black being a small droid
Yeah, I
screaming.
mean, maybe Jack Black would be cute. You know what I mean?
He's probably good. I mean, everything he does does sincerely, and you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Yeah, no hate to him. And again, like any of these actors and actresses could like fucking they can, I mean, they're great. They're all great. It's just like
Right.
they didn't execute right. They just like were like, okay, follow the formula and you get your
Totally.
successful movie. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to see us gamers are gonna be able to see through the bullshit gaming movies really easy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anyways, okay, so my winner of this actually is Joker 2 Folia Due. I fucking loathed this movie. It was so bad. It was one of the worst films I've ever seen ever, I think. Like, I straight up was just like, why the fuck did they make this movie? I just cannot. It's you know what it reminds me of in some ways is the Matrix Resurrections or whatever.
Oh.
The most recent Matrix. It feels to me like the director was specifically trying to fuck with the studio head. Is what I think. It's like
Wow.
it feels like they made it like to spite the fact that someone rewrote or like pigeonholed them into making one of these movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
It feels like he didn't want to make the second one. They're like, you have to fucking do it. You're contracted or something. And he's like, okay, I'm just gonna make the fucking weirdest, lamest movie for you, and just tarnish the whole franchise. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
what it feels
incredible.
like. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I did listen to Rocco Bodie of Mega 64 fame
Nice.
talk shit about this movie. And the way he put it is like, I have to say the same thing.
Sure.
He was like, it was so lame. It's just him in prison, and then he's just going to his court case, and like that's the entire movie, right? But it is a musical, but it's like in between every single thing, there's a dumb song that sucks and isn't about really, or is just like about nothing.
The thing
And then it
is,
just gets
it
to like
doesn't
another scene with him just like in the jail cell or something, either in the jail cell or the courtroom or something.
Yeah, there's 3 sets in this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's courtroom, jail cell, or it's a song stage of some kind. The weird thing about this though is it's not really a musical. Like a musical, the
Yeah.
songs are directly about the action that's happening. Like
Right.
they're straight up like telling you a part of the story to get you to the next part of the story is in the music of the actual musical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least it's about the scene that just happened or transitioning between two scenes or something, right? It's at least self-referential to what's happening. This is not that. This is just all of a sudden there's a music video. Like this is just like all it's like almost more akin to well, I guess technically it's more akin to like a Bollywood movie in which like all
Okay.
of a sudden there's just a
There's
dance
just a
scene.
musical number as a break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Right.
it
Interesting.
but except for it's all not very good music.
Right.
It's like and it's all like it's him singing, which I'm like, why would you do this with Lady Gaga? Because his voice next to Lady Gaga's just makes it sound like bad karaoke is happening or something. It's
Yeah.
very strange. Anyways, it bothered me so much. Aisha was like, I wanted to watch it. I was like, because I had heard all of people talking about it. I was like, probably could skip this one,
Yeah.
And she was like, no, we gotta watch it. It's Joker 2. It's gotta be awesome. The first, because she really liked the first one less than I did, but she liked it a lot.
Yeah, the first one was a good only one watch because that's
Exactly.
where I just left it in the past.
Yep.
You know
Okay.
what I
I'm
mean? The
glad
second one
it
seems
was-
like a zero watch. Like never watch this movie.
But as we were finishing it, I was just like, I'm so mad that I just gave this movie 2 hours of my life. Anyways,
That's amazing.
Yeah. So pretty much that category is hidden for worst movie of the year.
Amazing.
Amazing. What's the next category?
Hold on, wait, let me play this again. There, that's a little bit louder, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta turn it up even more, I think. Oh, it's because I put the limiter on it. Fuck the limiter, bro. All right, that was the same thing. Hated it.
That was perfect.
Anyway, moving on here.
We're going to. So it's funny. We talked about this slightly earlier, but we'll just do this one pretty quick. Best anthology series with lots of bang bang shoot shoot in it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
do you want to
that's just
take,
for you.
you
I guess I could get. I
take
could
my
give
runner up and just reiterate.
yeah. VHS Beyond is your runner up, and it's because there is one particular short that has a little bang bang shoot in it.
That has some bang bang shoot shoot, and it's pretty intense.
It is really intense. I think it's pretty rad. Actually, it's a good time.
Yeah, that's fun. In a lot of ways, that short is like more of a video game movie than a lot of video game movies. Like it feels like a video
Kind of.
game in that.
Yeah,
in that sense.
I totally understand what you're saying there. I agree, totally. But the one that actually wins.
Oh yes. This is for me it's Secret Level. Secret Level was a little hit or miss, like show to show. But to be honest, I think Love, Death, and the Robots is that way too. And a lot of these anthology series, like the Halo one back in the day, like the Animatrix, like some of them are really cool, and some of them you're kind of like, oh, whatever.
It was good though. It was a great show. You know what I mean?
It
Like
was.
there were a few stinkers. Sony.
Sony, yeah.
But there was like just a couple, but for the most part, it was sick as hell. The Exodus one was like really like kind of blew my mind, and it's getting me excited for that game.
Me too. That was a great advertisement for that game.
For sure.
The Pac-Man I thought was a really cool take on that.
It was it was weird as fuck, but cool.
But just a cool like sci-fi concept in general. I liked it.
Yeah,
and then
loved the D&D one, of course.
D&D one was cool. The
super cool.
Warhammer one was really intense. Like
Yeah.
it was it felt like a Diablo cinematic, but just for Warhammer,
Yeah, no, and it was amazing. The
Armored Core was my
Armored Core
favorite,
one
probably.
was probably the best.
It was a bit of a tease, but it was so cool.
Yeah, for sure. But no, the New World one, I didn't expect to love that one as much as I did. It was so good.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, anyways, it's a really fun one
Yeah.
to give it a watch for sure. And even if you're not interested in like some of the properties, just skip around because there's a lot of episodes. So
Yeah, well, look, Mochi Squeeze watched with me, and she doesn't play games, so she just thought it was interesting.
there you go. And it's pretty much like if you just like animation and art and like just seeing like if you get excited by like a Pixar movie or something, like
Yeah.
it's worth watching just even to see like really cool art. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
it's kind of just like scrolling through someone's like art station page. It's just like sick shit. You're
Yeah.
like, oh cool. Like
It's just
this is
like
gonna be
watching
dope.
like a bunch of game trailers or like game cinematics. It's tight as
Exactly.
hell.
Yeah, it's legit. Okay, cool. Jumping on to the next one is best film where a seemingly normal person turns out to be an absolute badass and do insane stunts that make them seem like a superhero. Just a
Um,
just a not specific at all category.
yeah, I just kind of instinctively gave this award to Monkey Man
Love that.
because I don't know, man. I didn't expect him to like go pop off. I forgot that this movie came out this year. And like,
Right.
frankly, I barely remember this movie. I just remember it got crazy and people were getting beat up a lot in it. So
So yeah, I don't want to diss on Indian movies, but this is definitely a trope of Indian movies, and that this whole category is kind of that for me.
yeah,
Because like Monkey Man, which is also an Indian movie, mine is the greatest of all time, which came out this year, and I saw in Bollywood, or I saw in India. So I saw it in it's a Collywood
oh
movie,
yeah, I remember you talking about this.
and it is just one of those movies where you're like, this guy is not a superhero.
Oh,
He's not like he doesn't know kung fu or anything. He's just like an ex-military dude. But he just like he's like, he takes out entire clans of motorcycle like people. He takes out an entire
yeah,
like a whole building full of people all by himself and does it with the most insane shit ever. And it's just funny. It's just a funny trope of just because he's like the hero of the film, he can just do whatever he wants, So
yeah, yeah. It's
I will
amazing.
say I really enjoyed the movie going experience of seeing this. I went and saw this in a theater in southern India, and it's like nothing ever. Everyone's in the theater cheering, and there's like dances and parades outside, and like his pictures everywhere. It's such an interesting culture around it, but it was pretty cool.
Wow, I'll have to watch this. That'll be fun.
I mean, it's a thoroughly entertaining watch, but it's just one of those things where you're like, okay, I actually like the story of this, but it's just crazy that he can do like superhero shit, like,
Yeah.
So, which to be fair, some of our movies do too, but they usually explain as to why someone can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And this, they just don't bother explaining it. They're just like, no, he's just a badass. That's the answer. So.
So I guess sometimes you could just be a badass and then no one will ever fuck with you.
Exactly. There you
That's
go.
all it takes.
Fucking A.
The next
Um,
category.
Yeah, best film or show you wanted to see that everyone says is awesome, but you didn't get around to seeing it.
Nosferatu.
Yep. Heck
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Me too. Actually, we'll give that one to that overall.
That's I want to check it out. I haven't been going to the movie theater, so I haven't seen like a ton of 2024 movies. Just to full disclosure.
That's all right.
Unless
What
they're
I've
streaming.
been, if that's the thing is a lot of them have been streaming these days. So like over
Mhm.
Christmas break, we did watch we rented like 3 or 4 movies that were like in the theaters at the time.
Yeah.
It's really hard with the baby to go to the theater because it's like a pretty expensive endeavor, like with
Mhm.
babysitting and all that involved. So I have to really want to go see a movie in theaters to like make that happen.
Yeah.
So it's like easier to just spend the $20 if we feel like it and watch it at home and drink wine and like chill out. So
Yep.
But
yeah,
anyways, I really really want to see this movie.
Want to see this movie. It could be bad. You know what I mean? Some people hate it, but it's the Eggers dude.
He's divisive regardless.
Yeah.
If you dig it, you dig it.
I've seen a bunch of
Yeah.
his stuff, and I dig most of it. So I'm like, man, I probably like
Yeah, me too.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next one's best holiday. You want to start this off?
Yeah. I just wanted to put this one down, best holiday film of 2024, because a fun movie came out that we watched. And so like that's the best new holiday film of 2024.
Nice.
Jack Black, Dear Santa.
Oh, really?
Pretty
Speaking
fun.
of Jack Black, nice.
Pretty fun. Definitely recommend it. And next Christmas,
Next Christmas, I'm
throw
all
the shit
there.
on, dude. A little kid, right? He's like dumb, He like is dyslexic or something. Well, they call him dumb, I think, in the movie, but he's like dyslexic or something. Can't spell very
Sure.
well. So he's writing a letter to Santa, but he addresses it to Satan, and it goes to Satan, and Jack Black is Satan. So he comes and hangs out with this little kid. So basically, this movie is just Jack Black and this like child actor, and they're just going around doing crazy shit, and it's a lot of fun, dude. So I
That's awesome.
recommend it.
It's kind of like Big Daddy, or like, yeah, a couple things. It's like a bunch of stuff mixed into
Yeah.
one. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't-
but no, I mean, like, he's like Satan, so he's like doing magic and stuff. I like when I originally saw the trailer, I was like, so is this like Bedazzled but with a child? And I don't know if that's fully accurate, but that's kind of how you can imagine it, because
Cool.
he's like giving him wishes and shit.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's a good time.
All right, mine for this is a movie I haven't entirely seen. I've only seen about 25 minutes of it, but it was still ridiculous. It's called Hot Frosty.
Oh
Have you
yeah, yeah. All right,
heard
I'm
of
glad you brought this one up.
it?
We watched.
Um,
I sort of watched Hot Frosty, but Joy watched it.
Exactly. I actually watched it, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of saw parts of it, and it was so ridiculous.
Lacey Chabert, I feel like her entire income is just like these bad like fucking Christmas like Hallmark films. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey man, if you got a
Which is
niche,
great.
you fucking
I
do one of those a year and just call it.
Yeah, I respect the hustle, man, but like this is just like if I see Lacey Chabert, I'm like, what are you watching? Hallmark movie? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But yeah, so essentially the impetus of this movie is it's Frosty the Snowman, but when he becomes a real person, he's really hot.
He's a
That's
hottie.
it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I know about it.
yeah.
But I just saw some ridiculous stuff happening. He doesn't know how to be a human. It's kind of a George in the Jungle type of situation.
George in the Jungle.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he's kind of just a dumbass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Cause she I mean, it's all in the just look at the picture. That's the movie.
It's all
That's the fucking, the whole thing is there. It's just right there.
That's
You know
good.
exactly what this movie is and what to expect. It's just that it's like I looked over and there were some jokes in there where I was like kind of laughing, So I was like,
too.
yeah, this one's not bad. Whatever. I won't hate too hard on that one.
Me neither. It was just a funny concept overall.
Totally funny.
Hell yeah.
What else we got?
Yeah, we're going up to best horror film.
Well, there you go. I mean, basically, the substance should be the answer. I just kind of want to talk about another movie. So,
I got one too.
we already put this at the substance for another award, so we're just gonna take the substance off the table. But we all know that's a great horror film. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So, I have a runner up because this movie really I really enjoyed it, and then honestly, Gage, I think you should watch it.
I will. Definitely.
But it's this movie called In a Violent Nature. So
Whoa.
we're talking horror movies for a sec here. Damn, this is such a shitty picture. Let's find a better one. There, it's much better. So In a Violent Nature is really interesting. It's kind of like a is it Friday the 13th with Jason? Yeah. So it's got kind of a Friday the 13th style killer. The pitch of the whole movie is that you're seeing everything from his eyes. From the very
I did hear
beginning.
this.
So
I
it
see.
is a lot of long shots, and it's kind of artsy, I guess you could say. So that could annoy people, but I don't know. I found it kind of really interesting. It kept me engaged. I mean, yes, I was also kind of doing something at the time. So when there are long shots of quote unquote nothing going on, it's
You could
kind of
get
peaceful.
distracted a little. Yeah, totally.
It's just really interesting. I recommend everyone check this movie out, especially if you're a horror fan in any way. But I thought it delivered. I just thought it was super creative because it's a horror ass movie. Shit's gonna go down, and it's coming, and so it's sort of I don't know. There's a duality of peace and ultra violence in this in this
Totally.
film that is just hard to quantify without you just watching it. So I recommend checking it out. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Great horror film. Really creative stuff. There was
I'll put it on my list for next year.
yeah, there was a few 2024 movies too. I think there's I can't remember it, but there's one with this golem that's really fucking weird that we watched. I thought it was decent, but it's still not the best. I watched a few other ones, but again, In a Violent Nature. I believe in that. I can recommend that to someone because it's just so unique. A unique horror film, which also I think The Substance fills that box. That's just something that's super powerful to me. But like, I haven't seen Terrifier 3. That should probably be the answer. If I watched it, I'm sure that would have been my answer. But my winner of the horror movie of 2024, I was like about to say 2025, is Alien
Just got it.
Romulus.
Hell yeah.
I do just want to shout out that this movie was dope. It was an interesting adaptation of the Alien formula. It was more interesting. It was better than the last one.
Definitely.
I forget what it was called. Alien
Covenant, I think.
Covenant. Yeah, which Covenant wasn't bad. I like all
No,
the aliens.
it
But
it somehow like didn't suck as hard as I thought it was going to. Yeah, totally.
yeah, but Romulus, like they put in like a lot of references to stuff. It just kind of like goes into crazy like territory. It just tries to like deliver on every like alien trope in like one film. But
Yep.
I thought the characters were cool. I thought the way they utilized like the universe of Alien to tell like their own unique story was really interesting. Um,
Yeah, I like the idea
yeah,
of these kind of like indentured miners who are just stuck on this like crap planet and they just want to like see the sun and like go be on a different planet.
yeah.
And just like the idea of like a whole planet that's like just working for Wayland Utani, you know what I mean? Just like, that kind of thing. It was cool.
Yeah, look in the chat. Mochi Squeeze is mad at me because I watched it without her, but like I had to watch it for my content stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. I just watched it one day.
I hear you.
Well, we'll watch it together. We could still watch it.
There's always alien marathons to be had. So
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
totally.
To be fair, I was watching it at work, so I didn't like give it my 100% attention. You know what I mean? I didn't
There you
do
go.
that watch without you. That's like the watch that matters the most. Okay,
There it is.
I'm in trouble.
To be fair, it is a good one. Like, get a little herb in you, turn the lights down, turn the sound bar up a little bit with the
Yeah.
bass, and then get a little
Sit
spooky.
down and actually watch a movie, right?
Yeah, it's classic.
I
Hell yeah.
thought it was good, but what was yours?
Oh yeah, I was like, I thought I already gave mine. It was just the runner-up we were talking about. Mine is It's What's Inside. Did you see this movie?
It looked like I would hate it. So
Yeah,
pitch
okay.
it to me. Tell me why I should watch it.
So the idea, right, is it's a kind of a bit like Clue in the movie in some
Okay.
ways, but like a modern take on it in some ways. It's like a mix between Glass Onion and Clue, kind of is what I would say.
Okay.
So what happens is these people come back for some kind of reunion. Oh no, it's a wedding, and they haven't seen each other in a while, but they all like kind of grew up together.
Mhm.
Like it's like they're all in college now, but they were all, I think, in high school together. I think that's what the vibe was. And one of them is like now a like mild tech billionaire kind of guy, and he comes with this machine that can let you switch bodies with people. So your consciousness goes into someone else's body. This is like in the very first scene of the movie, so it's not really a
Yeah.
spoiler. But that's the whole premise. So like,
Okay.
it's so okay. The other thing it's kind of like is Talk to Me, where it's like they kind of are treating it like a drug at this party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're
Right.
doing it as like an activity. Maybe the way you could, maybe not a drug, maybe like doing Jackbox or something.
Yeah, like a
But,
party game, right?
like a party game that they're playing essentially. And that's kind of how this like Zuckerberg-esque dude up on the far right here you can see. That's how like he kind of frames it as of like oh yeah, it's like a party game thing. We do it all the time at the office. It's cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then one person has a bad time, and it just turns into kind of a mystery, which is cool.
Nice.
Well, it turns into a horror movie, but it's like thriller horror movie, I would say.
Yeah, see, I mean, I want like blood and guts and just or like a fucked up ghost. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
horror.
Yeah,
Thrillers can still
it's
be
not
in the horror.
supernatural, but it's not supernatural, but it's got a bit of that like Black Mirror-ish shit where you're just like, ooh,
Yeah.
this makes me feel some fucking weird dread type of shit. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I
Um,
think thrillers fall into the horror category for sure. A lot of times. You know?
Yeah, because it's more of like a psychological thing, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a little like it gets pretty dark for sure, but
Nice.
it's also funny. It's weird. It's a weird movie. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but I liked
That's.
it a
I
lot.
mean, that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
We'll
totally.
check it out. We'll check it out.
Hell yeah. Best action film of 2024. So these are back to our kind of basic awards. You know how it
Yeah.
goes.
Well, I mean, I figured we have to watch fucking Deadpool, or we have to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. That came out
100%.
this year. You know what I
Holy
mean?
shit.
So, and like we haven't talked about Deadpool and Wolverine, and this is like a nerd podcast. So let's
I
fucking
know
talk
it's
about
funny.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think it's just because we're in a weird space with Marvel in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Um,
like we haven't been like I mean, I'm not even watching the shows that are just
Me
like
neither, man.
on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. Like I still have to watch fucking Agatha or whatever, which is supposed to be really good. It's supposed to
I
be
know.
really good.
I know. I still don't think it's gonna be for me, but maybe it's
I
good.
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I
I don't know.
really
I'm
don't.
just not. I'm deaf. We're feeling the just like Star Wars. Okay, all of the Disney shit is just. I'm just fatigued. I'm just fatigued with all
I
of
am
it.
too.
Honestly.
The last thing I genuinely, earnestly loved was Andor in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Although I do like talking about anthology series, I do like Star Wars Visions, which is about to come out with a new season.
Oh, nice.
Those are like the anime shorts
Yeah.
of all the Star Wars stuff. Totally not canon. It's just like here, play with the Star Wars universe, which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it gets fully away from anything we've ever heard of in Star Wars, and it's just like here you go. Other than maybe some Jedi's and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's their own take on it. Anyways, but yes, Marvel, same thing.
Yeah.
And Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm having trouble parsing out like my feelings
Did you
about
watch
Marvel in general. Yeah, I did. I saw it in theaters.
it? Okay. Cool.
I'm having trouble parsing out my feelings from the way I feel about Marvel as a whole right now with this movie because this movie is so referential about the MCU and
Yeah.
about all the stuff that's happening with it. Like I did like this movie, but I liked it as like a Deadpool 3, not really as like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I did like it. I like this movie. It's hard for me to like say I like it for some reason, but I did like this movie.
Well, there was some
It was-
cool action, like spoilers, but and I won't say who, but like there's like characters that show up in this movie and then they fight and it's pretty cool. And then, obviously these two are fighting each other for whatever reason. You'll have to watch it and see what's going on. Now it's on streaming. I think it's on Disney Plus, so you could watch it.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, it's happened a million times in the comics, right?
Yeah.
They can kill each other endlessly because they both fucking regenerate or
Yeah.
whatever.
And they're pretty awesome movies. And my movie of the year could have also fit the bill, but like to me it's more of an epic film than like just kind of a dumb buddy cop action movie like this, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought we should talk about it, but like just so just so everyone out there knows, everything was spoiled about this movie before I saw it. So when I did, I didn't like it as much, because I was like, this would have been so much better if I didn't know so and so would show up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like every little thing was spoiled. So like
I
basically
had not all of
ruined
it spoiled, but I had not all of it spoiled. I didn't know about the one character you think is going to be one character, but turns out to be another character.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
about that person.
Yeah.
But I knew about like the other like
Right.
cameo characters and stuff that came in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I didn't know
Yeah.
anything, this movie would have been like, it would have hit so hard. But like, just reflecting on it, I was like, no, it had some good scenes. I do want to rewatch it, and I think
Yeah.
it deserves to be like getting some kind of reward from us. So there you go, Deadpool Wolverine. You get my
I hear you.
action movie of 2024.
Fuck yeah. Well, my action movie of 2024 is kind of going to lead us into one of our best films of the year, so we can talk about that if you want.
Yeah.
Just like back to back. But my favorite action movie, and your best film of the year is Dune Part 2.
Yeah,
Sure.
and then, well, yeah, because you have another best
Winner
film of the
for
year.
best film.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, there you go. So your action movie and my best movie of 2024 is Dune 2.
And holy shit, what a film!
Yeah,
Um,
fucking sick. Fucking sick.
It could end up being my best film of the year. I don't know, whatever. But it was hard to to change my mind on it either way. But
Yeah,
it was just epic. It really delivered. I was really stoked.
yeah, incredible film. Way better
It's-
than
it-
Challengers. Way
Yeah.
better. Challengers is horrible.
I liked parts.
Movie fucking
I
sucked.
liked parts of Challenges.
Yeah.
Um,
No, a
but I
movie is
hear you.
horrible. According to Mochi Squeeze, that movie sucks ass. And the parts that I saw, it looked dumb, but the music was sick.
The music was sick. I listen to that soundtrack all the time because it's just, especially the boys' noise mix. It's so good.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just because Zendaya's in this movie, this is the much better Zendaya film to watch. Okay, that's why I brought that up. But
I,
yeah, so
yes,
let's
this
talk
is
about the
so good.
action aspect first,
Sure.
because you picked it. This is your action movie.
Yeah. Well, obviously, there's like sandworm riding. That's always good.
Hell yeah.
And it's like I'm gonna talk about Dune because Dune's been around since fucking 1930 something. You could have
Yeah.
read it by now if you don't know. So I'm gonna talk about vague spoilers. But yeah, there's sandworm riding, which is so cool. There's a little bit more like interplanetary war stuff going on
Yeah.
that we got glimpses of in part one, but this was like the straight up, even the opening. Is it the opening scene where they're like fighting the Sardaukar right there at like the spot in the desert?
I
And they're
think. I
like,
mean, I remember
yeah, they're
like there being like a rebel like basically they're doing like militia attacks from like the sand
That's
and shit.
That's what I mean.
I
Yeah,
think that's the
like that
beginning. Yeah.
first scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like using the shadow of the sand dunes to like disguise themselves and stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like blowing
Um,
shit up with rockets and shit like that. It's like fucking pretty badass.
Yeah, some guerrilla warfare shit for sure.
Totally.
Yeah, anyways, it's just this movie. Yeah, action movie. It's not the most action ever, although it like even the climactic scene is like a cool knife fight. So that's pretty cool.
That's an action scene.
It is. No, there's a lot of good action in it, actually, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just such a spectacle. Like there's just the whole vibes and, Danny Villeneuve's like photographic vision is just pretty insane. So
Yeah, I think it conveys the story of Dune. Like, I mean, I'll tell you what, dude. We watched part 1 the night before going to the movie theaters to see part 2, and that was like just a great
cool.
experience. Like when you watch them both back to back like that, it's just a fucking amazing cinematic like story to like retelling, like you said, like a classic science fiction story from like way back in the day. In the best way. I mean, 80s Dune, that's total camp. It's ridiculous. I still like it. It's
Yeah.
great, But this just tells like a full concise story over time, and it's conveying like the prescience in a way that makes sense. It's like weird and dreamlike, and he could like see so many different like paths, basically, and yeah, it's really cool. And then just all the crazy religious shit that's happening, and how it's like you're just seeing like just the consequences of centuries of fucking planning that led to this moment and this situation that's just happening, and like how destiny cannot be avoided if you want things to go the way that you want them to go. You know what I mean? It's just like it's so good. It like nails it on every level. The music's great. Like
Seriously good.
iconic memes coming from this, everybody's like doing the Lisan al Gaib, like just
exactly.
like the gif, every time like people are like, oh, that's the chosen one, and shit
Totally.
like that. I don't know. Great movie.
Yeah,
Great
and
movie.
Paul's kind of the bad guy in some ways, or like he the live long enough to see yourself become the villain kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't avoid destiny.
Exactly. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really good.
Well, then my film of the year is Civil War. This is Alex Garland of 28 Days Later and a bunch of stuff later. And anyways,
Want me to look it
I
up?
want to say, yeah. Can you look it up for a second?
Yeah, sure. You're like,
What else has
you're
he
just
done?
chilling off there.
Why am I know? Sorry, I was like,
Oh
I'm trying to
yeah,
remember what
Ex
else he did.
Machina,
Ex Machina.
Annihilation.
Oh, and Annihilation. Yes,
28
totally.
Days Later, he was involved in it. Maybe producer.
Yeah, he like
Oh, that's
he wrote it.
20
I think.
weeks later. Oh, okay. I see. That's incredible. Cool.
I think he wrote 28 Days Later and then directed 28 Weeks Later. Is what.
Let's see.
happens.
Let me see what his credits are.
Yeah, because he
Yeah. Ex
he's involved
Machina
in been
writer. Yeah, oh
doing.
yeah, he's a writer for all of these.
Yeah.
But he only directed Civil War, Annihilation, and Ex Machina. Oh, he did Devs
And
too.
Devs, which is like fucking
No
amazing.
way.
Have you seen that show?
No, I know it's supposed to be incredible, and it's
Fucking
like
rules.
definitely a show I want to watch one day. I just haven't gotten
Yeah.
around to it. Okay, yeah,
So
no, he has some accolades for sure.
yeah, hell yeah. He's really he's a heavy director. He makes like really visually striking and just like kind of heavy films in general, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
British guy,
obviously
right?
yeah, he is. Yeah. And I mean 28 Days Later is like pretty intense when you watch it, like just energy wise. And a
Hmm.
lot of his movies are like that where like there's a certain energy that's happening in them where you're like,
Tension.
okay, this is like yeah, tension or like stress or whatever. And this movie's no different. It's about it follows a bunch of war journalists
Hmm.
through a civil war in America. They're making their way down from New England to the South, which is like the or like kind of the Southwest, I guess, is where they're going, or like yeah, they go to DC essentially is where they end up, but
That's southeast.
Southeast, yeah. Well, I was thinking they do they I think they start sort of
Southwest is like
Southwest.
where I'm at. That's
Yeah, no,
Nevada.
I know. Yeah, I feel you. No, but I'm saying like the Midwest, but it's Southern Midwest, I guess is what you'd call it. But anyways, they're making their way through like the territories in which this whole civil war is happening in America. And I think a lot of people didn't necessarily like this film because they wanted it to be something that it wasn't. Like,
Yeah, like an
it's not
action
about
movie.
well, and it's not about like what if fucking Trumpers versus liberals went at each other. Like that's just not what it is at all. It's like a much more like it's much more about the act of like observing war or like kind of fetishizing war or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and it's more just kind of about like hey, like war is fucking hell for no matter where it is or what's happening and it just fucks everything up and like the
Yep.
people and then it's about the journalists who like observe this and the people who are you know like what happens with all that kind of stuff, so it's really about war journalism, which is just an interesting and fascinating profession in general. So it's and then it kind of paints it on this canvas of like American turmoil and how fucked up that shit would be. So
Yep.
yeah. um but anyways, it was really fucking good. I really liked it.
Nice. Yeah, we should watch this one too, Moch. I haven't seen this one, I promise.
I think it's on HBO or maybe
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, but you can watch it. I know.
I know for a fact, like I've seen that we could watch this movie. I think it's on Hulu. For us,
Oh,
that
that
could
could
be
be.
HBO or because we got like all of our like extra premium stuff through Hulu, so then it makes it
Oh,
really
yeah,
easy.
totally.
Just it's all on one thing.
Yeah, easy. Nice.
Yeah,
But hell yeah.
I want to check it out. Yeah,
Fucking
seems
A.
good.
All right, well then our last one of the evening and then we'll get moving on is our best series of the year.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I think I'm actually going to switch mine
Okay.
because I haven't actually finished Sugar yet, but I'm fucking loving it so far. So my runner up is going to be Sugar. This is an Apple TV Plus
Okay.
show. I don't actually have an Apple TV Plus, but there was like a free trial thing that we just did to watch Shrinking season 2, and then I wanted to watch this show. Colin Farrell, hardest working man in fucking TV and film these days. It seems like he's in like a lot of shit.
He's killing it.
He's killing it right now. He's having a renaissance. But it's a really good. I don't want to say shit about it. He's a private investigator.
The fuck is the Sugar Show? What is this?
I don't know. I like it. That's good.
Apple
Looks like
Show? Sugar Show.
The Sugar Show. Hell yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No, I was staring at that too. Like,
like what is this?
Do I say anything about that? Anyways, yeah, but it's a good. This is the premise of the show. I couldn't say anything about it without like ruining the biggest spoiler of the show. So
Okay.
he's a private investigator in Los Angeles. That's
Got
just where we'll start with.
All right. Does he do an accent in this one?
No. He's pretty Colin Farrell. Yeah.
I mean, he's not like just a normal American accent because he is an
Yes.
Irish guy.
He is an Irish guy. No, he's not doing Banshees of Inisherin. He's just
Okay. He's just like, hey, I'm Colin Farrell. I'm American Colin Farrell from Los Angeles.
I'm forgetting if he's American or if he's.
He's Irish.
I know, but I forget if he's doing an American accent in it or not now. I can't
Uh-oh.
picture it now. Now that we mention it.
I
Anyways,
ruined it. I ruined it for you.
I don't know. I can't remember now. That's so trippy. Because when I think of Colin Farrell, I am just thinking of that accent. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
But
So good.
But
Totally good.
but
Worth it.
do you have a runner up for this year?
Yeah, mine's also Colin Farrell.
Fuck yeah!
It's the Penguin.
Hell yeah! God, I need to finish this. I have not finished it yet.
That's the one where he's doing the accent. He
Totally.
sounds like he's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, my mother, my father.
You think you got it right, kid? You think you're tough, kid? Something like that.
Yeah, it's good show, man. It's pretty dope. Like it lives up to the hype. Just throw it on, dude. You don't even have to give a fuck about Batman. But like,
Yeah.
it's 2024. Everyone knows about Batman. Everyone is cool with Batman. Every time you talk to someone, they're like, The Dark Knight's the best movie. You know what I mean? So like
100%.
you understand what Gotham City is, how it's a cesspool of crime. The Penguin is like the kingpin of fucking DC. And so do with that what you will. It is basically just like a mafia show. And the Penguin is just our main character. There's a lot of depth to it. It's real good. We watched the whole thing. And the ending, sticks the landing. Perfect. Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Badass
That's
show.
great to hear because I've been watching it and I do really like it, but I have not finished it.
100%. When you finish it, you'll be like, yep, that's the Penguin, baby. So that's all I'll say about it. But it is a runner up because the winner this year for me has to be Fallout, the TV show.
Yeah.
What a fucking amazing show. I was like, wow, that came out in 2024 as well. The fact that like everyone, like not just gamers, are all about Fallout, just like that's the opposite of Borderlands. We were just talking about Borderlands
Yeah,
earlier, right? They
exactly.
fucking did something real cool with Fallout. This Bethesda, interplay fucking RPG ass like experience that became like it's more of a shooter now, but still just a game for gamers. You're just like in a irradiated wasteland, but there was always so much story there. There's always so much going on with these like characters.
So much character and like distinctive style,
Yeah. It very much is a distinctive style with the retro futuristic 50s and everything, and like that's just Fallout in general, and like gamers have been loving that universe for so fucking many years by now. It's just so cool that like now the whole world can be like into that same setting and like understand why we like it so much. The show delivers very well. There's a lot of layers to it. Like people are saying like essentially the three main characters could be like essentially three different playthroughs of the same game, which kind of like fits like different storytelling, or just in general, you're just learning about the world of, or the universe of like Fallout and how it all plays out, how it's like all very self-referential, like the sets, the props, everything is just pulled straight out of the game, and it just is perfect and amazing. The cast is excellent. Because of this show, everyone's like, oh man, Walton Goggins is the best, and I've been saying that shit for years.
Forever. I fucking love
For
Walton
fucking
Goggins.
years, dude. Ever since we watched Vice Principals, and then we fucking watched the that church one,
the Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones, and then he's
so
also
good.
a great character in Invincible.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And the guy who plays the Brotherhood of Steel character is like, I really liked his performance. There was like, some really funny moments, and then Ella Purnell killing it. She's like on top these days. Arcane came out swinging. Season 2 is great. Ella Purnell is a huge star, and it's like it's all centered on Fallout. What a great fucking show. I cannot wait for season 2. But it's 100% my favorite show of the year.
Nice. Hell yeah. In a lot of ways, it was mine too. I just kind of wanted to have us all have different talking points, so I put a different one for my show of the year.
Exactly.
But,
We were both doing that.
Yeah, that's what you do in
Yeah.
podcasting. We know how to do
You
that.
just want to talk about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But it was phenomenal. I mean, it ruled. I think it's done the thing that I've wanted so many adaptations to do well, which I have a lot of them have not succeeded on, where it was like, tell your own story, let it be a brand new thing in the universe, but just really fucking nail the universe and don't deviate from it in a way that people are like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many adaptations in which they do one little thing that makes like the whole impetus of the world like not work. You know what I mean? Nothing's really coming to mind right now, but I know there's a couple. Yeah, Halo, 100%. Halo is a perfect example of this, where it's like, okay, you want to tell your own story, you want to make it your own and can completely your own. That's fine. Do 100% do that as long as you don't fuck with the shit that we already know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Don't
You know what I
completely
mean?
change everything just because you're like, well, I don't play video games, so I just kind of wrote this script based on something I don't give a fuck about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like,
Like
why did people do that shit? It drives me crazy.
it's so crazy. Exactly.
Fallout
So
is
this
the opposite. It's the
This did the
opposite.
opposite.
It's
They just
perfect.
nailed the universe, the music, the vibes, the
Yeah.
cinematography, the costume design,
So
the
good.
use of all the like stuff that they have in the game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna put stuff that's in the game, just make it work the way it works in the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like we already don't need it to. We don't need to like introduce it in some new way. You know,
Dude,
like
the
just
fucking power armor was sick as hell. You know what I
so
mean?
sick.
There wasn't an overuse of CGI. Like, there's obviously some CGI, but like, I think it was like there's a lot of practical stuff going on too.
Or at least
Just
the sets. A lot of the sets that felt really authentic, which was cool.
they were,
So.
yeah. Those sets were legit. You know, um, so cool, so
Yeah,
fucking cool.
loved it.
Um,
Well,
so
this
good.
was technically kind of a runner up for me, but I'll say just for fun, my series of the year was the Three Body Problem.
Okay.
This is based off a book series that I read a couple years ago that I really liked. And this is like there's been a Chinese adaptation of it, but it was pretty low budget and it was just a little bit obtuse and not like it kind of skipped over a bunch of stuff and whatever. This is like an American adaptation, or it feels like it was British actually made like
Yeah.
it's a British. Um, but it's it kind of a retelling in a different way. They change a few things they change a few things that I think actually really work for television. Um, so it was a pretty good adaptation, and in general, I just thought it was a fun show. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
It's an alien show.
we didn't finish it. We need to finish it.
I could see people
That's what I
falling
got.
off of it in some way. I
Yeah.
definitely it's not I think I really only was really into it because I've read the book series. I don't know that I would be without it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was like fascinating to see how they translated this book to the screen in general, because it's a really complicated, really fucking nerdy sci-fi book. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
like there's like tons of like really dense concepts about like actual physics and astrophysics. You know what I mean? And so like, and I don't know, just all sorts of weird shit like that. So I can see how it would just be like such a strange show to have to make, but I think they did something cool with it. So yeah, check it
Nice.
out if you haven't.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Ugh. Dry throat.
I know, I'm with you right there.
So podcasters number one enemy, dry throat.
Exactly. Like I said, we're a little rusty. We're greasing the veins.
Yeah,
Greasing
we
the
are.
whatever.
We're getting grease in the veins. You're just pouring the cake batter directly in, dude. Inject the butter into my butt, dude.
Exactly. But yeah, shall we endorse and get out of here?
Yeah. Endorsement. I'll endorse future tech that coming from CES that I tried.
Cool.
That I think will be the next big thing. That I saw at CES a lot. Fucking AR glasses are gonna be the next thing, and I don't even know if I want to call them AR glasses, because AR glasses, there were a lot of AR glasses at CES, and like what that basically would be is like you're wearing glasses like sunglasses if you don't wear glasses, and it would just
Totally.
have like a screen, like a readout, you know what I mean? So then you could like see stuff in your glasses, but you're still
like a
seeing
HUD.
the world, like a heads up display, or you could even see like you could have it like make it seem like
Projected
there's
on
something in the room, but it's not. It's just in the glasses. But as you move, it's like staying in there. You know,
Yep, totally.
like interesting. Like
Totally.
I think stuff like that was happening. But the really interesting thing that's gonna happen soon with like these TV companies and stuff, and this is kind of what I'm really talking about with AR glasses. I just don't know what
Yeah.
else to call them. It's literally a pair of glasses that's a screen. It's a 1440p screen in the glasses, right?
Wow.
And it connects to whatever, right? HDMI. So, in about, I don't know, maybe 3-5 years, we are all going to be buying a fucking pair of glasses instead of a TV so that
Yeah.
you can play your video games just sitting in a chair and the screen's just in there and you're just
Yep.
playing in your glasses. I wore
Totally.
them. I wanted to play the game, but instead the test that opened up first was just watching a fucking trailer. It was a trailer of HBO's Max's like library, and it went through like a million different things. I sat there for like 5 minutes going through this whole ass trailer of just like a million shows, which
Yeah.
I did see some Last of Us 2 The Last of Us season 2 footage in that trailer that was like, whoa.
Cool.
But I just sat there, I put glasses on, and the screen was just in there.
Trippy.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
was like,
hell yeah.
holy shit. And it was sharp as fuck. Like it looked 1440p, but it was just
Crazy.
in my glasses. Like I couldn't see people. Like around the screen you could see,
That's what I was gonna ask.
but
is
there's like a
no,
screen directly in the glasses.
crazy, man.
So I'm gonna say AR glasses is my endorsement because I really think that's gonna be the next big thing. Because like, dude, imagine it. Like, you can have a handheld, sure, or you can have a fucking pair of glasses connected to your thing. Like you're
That's
playing
just-
on the TV. Aishu wants to watch a movie or something. You're like, all right, I'll just put the glasses on. You put the glasses on. You're sitting there.
yeah, or just
you're
like touch your glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just sit there, dude. You're just playing your Xbox, like straight up a feed directly into it, into glasses. It's crazy, bro.
Hey man, and even like handhelds. I know this sounds so fucking lame to say, but like you're laying in bed, right, and your handhelds get kind of heavy, and you have to like hold them up above your head or
saying.
like sideways or whatever.
Dude, you could be
Instead-
in bed. You could be in bed
the-
with these glasses on. The
and
controller
just the
is
controller
down
by your so
by
chill.
your fucking you're just even sitting like right here on your chest, and you're
So
gaming,
chill.
and it's just in your fucking glasses. I'm telling you, we're good. Let's put it down as future glasses screens.
I love that. I'm in.
I like that.
You know what I
don't
really
if you
want?
call it AR, because if it's
You know what?
AR, it would
Yeah.
enhance what I was seeing. But it's wild, dude.
I hear you. Cherry
Yeah.
says I would pass out.
It blew
That
me
might
the
be
fuck
true.
away. Blew me the fuck away.
That's really cool. You know what I really want that they're starting to work on, and they're doing it for like motorcycle helmets now. But I want like in my windshield like a heads up display that shows me
Yeah.
like info about the car in front of me, like how long it would take to stop or something like that. Like that type of shit. You could do cool stuff like that, and then also just like the best speed to go through a turn to like do like that like coolest efficiency.
Oh,
and shit
dude,
like
like straight up like Forza, like it would have the little arrows.
that. Exactly.
That'd be amazing, dude.
And you
I'd
can just be like, oh, I
racing,
fucking
bro.
got this. Yeah.
I
exactly.
fucking-
That's what I want.
Incredible. Yeah, dude. I mean,
fun.
the whole AR space, like obviously AI is the big buzzword, and it's gonna keep happening, whatever. But AR, like VR, sure, VR is cool, but AR will be something people will actually buy into. Because
Actually
it's just
use.
gonna like enhance like what you're already seeing. I mean, come fucking on, dude. And we could just do like a mode to like switch it to like TV mode. I'm sure because they have those transparent screens that can have like you could press it and it like puts like the back up, so then there's nothing see through. But then you could drop the back down, it's see through again. I mean, what's stopping them from putting them in a fucking pair of glasses, dude?
Agree, 100%.
Glasses,
All that shit's gonna get smaller. I love it.
future
That's cool.
glasses screens,
Future glasses screens. I'm into that. The clear TVs. What'd you think about those?
fucking sick.
Cool.
It's like awe inspiring, bro. Like,
That's crazy.
wait till you see all my footage.
I'm stoked.
We're gonna.
Stay tuned for that video.
Yeah, it's
For
coming.
sure.
It's
I'm
coming.
about that. I'm about that. I'm going to endorse.
I see you, Kaiser Sozeing right now. He's like, the wall. Paint your
wall.
walls.
It does feel kind of like that. No, let's see. I'm going to endorse the Bay Area of California.
Bay Area.
Hell yeah, dude. Listen to some Mac Dre and some Andre Nicotina and get yourself to the Bay Area. Specifically the East Bay, Oakland, California. I was there last weekend for a wedding. And I'm from the Bay Area, kind of. But it's just so good to be there. Drive around, take the Richmond Bridge up to San Rafael and see Mount Tam. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I love that city. Well, I love San Francisco.
Yeah. I mean, it's all part of it.
Yeah.
The Bay Area feels
Oakland,
like, I mean, the whole Bay Area itself,
really
like the San Francisco Bay Area, it feels like what New York and the five boroughs always felt like to me. I mean, in the same way of like, they're all just different parts of the same whole kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
the
hell yeah.
Bay.
The Bay. Let's get out of here.
All right.
That was Neon Pocket Dimension for this week. So thanks for tuning in and watching here on twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension, where you can watch live on Wednesdays and sometimes Thursdays going forward. We'll talk to you more about scheduling in the future. But subscribe and get cool emotes and ad-free viewing there. And then if you want to watch later on YouTube or listen on podcasts, that's youtube.com/@Neon Pocket Dimension or on your favorite podcast service. Check us out. And yeah, we'll see you all next week. We are going to do
music.
One more. Yeah, we're gonna do best of music for the year. We're gonna do kind of one more of these traditional Neon Pocket Dimension podcasts to finish off 2024, and then we're gonna have some new stuff coming your way, which we're excited to have talked to you about at the right time. But stay tuned. We've got a couple more episodes in the bag before then.
Yep. Yeah. Don't forget Sunday, 1/19/2025 at noon. We'll be back here, twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension, to do our fantasy critic draft for 2025 with 12 other people, assuming the last person actually does the sign up and shows up. It could be 13.
I think they did.
We'll see.
I think they did.
I'll make sure, but a lot of people will be there. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
We'll be
I think it's
going
gonna
to
be really fun this year. We kind of just have like some more shenanigans planned and plan to just kind of check in on it a little bit more. And I think it's gonna be it's a tough year with all these people, but it'll be fun.
With all these people, it's gonna we'll have to like really dig deeper, but we're gonna be throwing all the shit talking left and right. So look forward to it. Hope to see you there. Good night. Peace out, and we love you. Bye.